Welcome back. Now, I hope you enjoyed the last session. Continuing with it, again we are going to do some variable type of questions. Very interesting, very enjoyable. Only thing is what? Understand it first and then solve it. As I always say, कि first understand, then think of speed. Okay? Now let me see the question what it says. If x is greater than equal to 0 but less than equal to half, that means value of x lies in the closed interval of 0 to half, then tan of whole bracket sine inverse or sine minus 1, whatever you say, into x by root 2 plus under root 1 minus x square by root 2, and then bracket close minus sine inverse x. So if I try to see the question, the first thing that strikes me is this thing, root 2. So I can write this question once again. See, I am telling you, I am not worrying about speed right now. I am only worrying about solving it. So here I can write this as 1 by root 2x. I will see how it looks with this particular change. Under root 1 minus x square. That means 1 by root 2 I have taken outside and rest I am keeping it as it is. That is minus sine inverse x. Okay. Now does this remind you of something? Yes. If you recollect this, this looks 1 by root 2 can be taken as sine 45 as well as cos 45. So if this is taken as sine, then this must be cos, and if this is taken as cos, this must be sine. The benefit will be sine A cos B plus cos A sine B, that is sine A plus B formula, which will be useful with this sine inverse. Okay. Now how can I get this x converted? So for that I will pay attention to this sine inverse x. That is, if this sine inverse x which is there, if I take it to be as theta, okay, then whatever I am showing you may not seem to be technically very correct, but it works out. Okay, sine inverse x is equal to theta, whereas it is the smallest possible angle. Always remember, it is the smallest possible angle. So here sine inverse x is equal to theta. So I am doing one thing. This will be obviously x is equal to sine theta. Means sine theta is your x. Agreed? So here if sine theta is x, then it will help me to get the value of this x, and also here x automatically became sine theta. Agreed? So 1 minus x square, that is obviously x square is equal to, so here now 1 minus x square is equal to 1 minus sine square theta, which is nothing but cos square theta. Works out. So I will just fill in the blanks. So you will get tan sine inverse, right? Now here I got x as sine theta, so I am taking this 1 by root 2 as cos 45, because I want sine wala formula. So I am taking cos 45 and x as sine theta. Agreed? Then 1 by root 2 again as sine 45, that is pi by 4, and under root cos square theta is nothing but positive root cos theta. Got it? Right? So because the value of x is very clearly mentioned from 0 to half. 0 to half. This is the value mentioned. So obviously you cannot get here the values which will be negative. So here minus sine inverse x is already taken as theta. Agreed? And I close the bracket. So now this becomes tan of sine inverse. Agreed? Sine inverse. So here it is cos A sine B plus sine A cos B, that is sine A plus B formula, theta plus pi by 4, right? This is your sine inverse sine theta plus pi by 4. Agreed? And this minus theta over here. So this becomes tan of sine inverse sine theta is theta, means this will become your so called as theta plus pi by 4 and then minus theta आगे वाला, तो which only remains with tan pi by 4, that is nothing but 1. Wasn't it simple, guys? I hope you will enjoy. Again, keep your fundamentals intact. Okay, let us move to another question. Now coming to the second question, it is sine inverse x minus, this bracket I have made as a square bracket, but it is actually generally round only, but while writing I made it square. X minus x square by 2 plus x cube by 4. You can see here alternate plus minus are there. Okay, and here also cos inverse x square minus x raised to 4 by 2 plus x raised to 6 by 4 minus, here also alternate plus minus are there, but the angle of, that is the not angle, the ratio of sine inverse and ratio of cos inverse are different, right? Yes, if they were same, then directly we could have used the property that sine inverse x plus cos inverse x is equal to pi by 2, but that is not there. So I need to solve this. I will think what happens if I take, this is sine inverse x minus x square by 2 plus x cube by 4 minus dot 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 is equal to pi by 2 minus cos inverse x square my x raised to 4 by 2 plus x raised to 6 by 4 minus and dot dot dot. Okay, still I don't get anything. So obviously taking sine ratio of both side, to get x minus x square by 2 plus x cube by 4 minus and so on is equal to sine of pi by 2 minus cos inverse into bracket x square minus x raised to 4 by 2 plus x raised to 6 by 4 minus 2 and so on. So what I get as sine 90 minus theta is equal to cos theta, that is cos of cos inverse x square minus x raised to 4 by 2 plus x raised to 6 by 4 minus and so on. Now cos inverse cos obviously is your x square minus x raised to 4 by 2 plus x raised to 6 by 4 minus and so on. So here I get x minus x square by 2 plus x cube by 4 minus and so on is equal to this. So we get x minus x square by 2 plus x cube by 4 minus dot 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 is equal to x square minus x raised to 4 plus x raised to 6 by 4 minus and so on. Now these two are there. Now how to solve them? Am I going to transfer this to this side? What all I will do? If I take here x square, then what, to whom should I pair with? Shall I pair with this or this or this, or shall I take with the x? And what I will do with that? Better I will just look at the pattern. That is, are they showing any pattern between them? Power raises, that means I think so you can get GP over here. Supposingly, yeah? So it is any term upon previous term. So here you will get this minus x square by 2 divided by x, which is nothing but minus x square by 2 into 1 by x, which is minus x by 2. Okay, Now if minus x by 2 I multiply to this term, so minus and minus becomes plus and becomes x cube by 4. So this is your common ratio for the first one. Okay. Now here also if I see any term divided by previous term, that is into 1 by x square is minus x square by 2. Okay. Now if I multiply this to the next term, so minus and minus becomes plus, x square into x raised to 4 is x raised to 6 and 2 into 2 is 4. So I get the next term. So this is your common ratio for the second one. Agreed? So here this goes on continuously, even this goes on continuously, that means it's sum to infinity of GP. Now Sn for GP is A upon 1 minus R. That is sum to infinity of GP is A upon 1 minus R. You may be remembering it. So here this left side will become A. That means x upon 1 minus R. R is what? Minus x by 2. And what about the right side? The A is x square, 1 minus, and R is minus x square by 2. Agreed? So this you will get further as simplification, you will get further as, so solving I get here x upon 1 plus x by 2 is equal to x square upon 1 plus x square by 2. You can see it, pause and go backside, which by solving you will get here 2 into 1 is 2 plus x upon 2, which 2 comes here. This also 2 plus x square upon 2, which comes here. So you get x upon x plus 2 and x square upon 2 plus x square. So here obviously x is equal to 0 is one solution, right? X is equal to 0. Now when x is not equal to 0, you can already check why x is equal to 0. When I put x is equal to 0, left hand side and right hand side both become equal. So when x is not equal to 0, so this one of the x will cancel. So I will get here 1 upon x plus 2 is equal to x upon 2 plus x square. Cross multiplication we get here 2 plus x square is equal to x square plus 2x. Right? So obviously x is already not equal to 0. So this x square goes. So you get here 2x minus 2 is equal to 0. That means 2 into bracket x minus 1 is equal to 0, in which 2 is never equal to 0, indicating your x is equal to 1. So you get the two solutions over here, ki x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 0. Okay, there is no condition mentioned over here, so both the solutions are apt. Okay, so you get the two answers over here where x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 1. Now here the question does not have any condition, or probably I might have not written it, but if there is certain condition, then the condition may be k mod value of x is greater than 0 or less than something. So that time this x will not come as 0, that time only one solution will be there, x is equal to 1. Now let us move to the next question. See this question. So very step number 1 I will do is I will take tangent ratio on both sides, that is this will become under root 1 plus x square. After writing I will frame my policy of working out, that is work policy I will, or the method of solving I will think on 1 plus x square, that is 1 minus x square is equal to tan alpha. That is working procedure I am thinking now. I got this as tan alpha. This particular thing reminds me of something. You see here, this is same, only change of sign. That means there is componendo dividendo present in it. Okay, that means to remove it again I have to do componendo dividendo. But very first thing is ki yes, no, not required. So I will carry out componendo dividendo. When I carry out component dividendo, I get under root. Actually I can write directly, but purposely I am showing you 1 minus x square. Componendo is plus, that is 1 plus x square plus under root 1 minus x square. Upon comes 1 plus x square minus 1 minus x square minus under root 1 plus x square plus under root 1 minus x square, that is equal to tan alpha plus 1 upon tan alpha minus 1. So on solving this, you will get 2 times of this, which is nothing but only 1 time 1 plus x square, and this will become minus 2 times, which I am taking only 1 time, that is 1 minus x square, and removing minus sign from multiplying both sides by minus 1, I get tan alpha plus 1 upon 1 minus tan alpha. Okay. So after getting this, the first step I need to do is I will cross multiply, but no, I will square it so that I get rid of this particular thing, that is square root radical sign. 1 plus x square upon 1 minus x square is equal to 1 plus tan square alpha plus 2 tan alpha. Agreed? And this will become 1 plus tan square alpha minus 2 tan alpha. Now once again I see that there is component dividendo again. So why not to carry out it again? Agreed. So I will do it once again. I will do componendo dividendo, that is by componendo and dividendo. I get here, this will become 1 plus x square plus 1 minus x square, that is equal to 2 upon 1 plus x square minus 1 plus x square, that is 2x square, and this will become 1 plus tan square alpha plus 2 tan alpha plus 1 plus tan square alpha minus 2 tan alpha, that is 2 plus 2 tan square alpha, and down it will be 1 plus tan square alpha plus 2 tan alpha minus 1 minus tan square alpha plus 2 tan alpha, that is 4 tan alpha. So dividing and by 2 and everything, removing and going, so I will get here 1 by x square is equal to 1 plus tan square alpha upon 2 tan alpha. Agreed? So naturally this will become x square is equal to 2 sin alpha upon cos alpha, that is tan alpha upside written as sin alpha upon cos alpha. 1 plus tan square alpha is equal to sec square alpha. Sec square alpha is nothing but 1 by cos square alpha, right? So this will come upside here, that will become 2 sin alpha upon cos alpha into cos square alpha. So therefore your x ka value, sorry you are not able to see, so here again I did component dividendo, nothing else, remove 2, so I got this 1 plus tan square alpha, this becomes by invertendo, I got this upside, this tan alpha I wrote as sin alpha upon cos alpha, and 1 plus tan square alpha is sec square alpha is equal to 1 by cos square alpha, taken upside it will cancel up, so I will get here 2 sin alpha into cos alpha. So obviously your x square is equal to sine 2 alpha. Wasn't it interesting? Yes, it is. Now let us further move to some logical questions. Okay. Now let us go to this particular interesting question. It is tan inverse under root x square plus x plus sin inverse under root x square plus x plus 1 is equal to pi by 2. This pi by 2, when it is there, it strikes us very nicely. We see that is it in the form of sin inverse x plus cos inverse x? No, it is not there. It contains tan and sin inverse. Okay. So if I take sin inverse x to the right side, you will get a tan inverse under root of x square plus x is equal to pi by 2 minus pi by 2 minus sin inverse under root. Okay. And if I take tangent ratio of it, it is of no use to me, because I will get here a tan of pi by 2 minus sine inverse x, which is nothing but pi by 2 minus sine inverse x. So it will obviously become so called as cot inverse sine inverse this under root. So I don't think so it is very important. So I will just think on logical part. That is, if this is to exist, okay, tan inverse under root is there, right? So under this particular root, the value must never be negative. So here x square plus x must always be greater than equal to 0. Okay, for this to become true, and also x square plus x for sine inverse must be greater than equal to 0, right? It must be greater than equal to 0, right? Here, yes, but it is sine ratio, so it cannot cross 1 also, because maximum value is 1. Means I am getting two conditions over here, that x square plus x is greater than 0 and x square plus x plus 1 is greater than 0, okay, but less than 1. Means if this both conditions are to be satisfied for these two conditions, the common thing which we get is here x square plus x must be equal to 0, right? Only that is the condition which will satisfy both of these conditions. So I get here x into x plus 1 is equal to 0. So obviously the value of x will be 0 or x is equal to minus 1. So this is only a fundamental question. Tan inverse under root is told to be true, I need to have x square plus x either 0 or positive number. And even sine inverse is in so called as under root wala form. So here also to become true, it must be either 0 or positive. But the value of sine is not more than 1, so we restrict it up to 1. So looking at both the conditions, what we get is, here if you see, if you take a non-zero number over here, then this value crosses 1. Agreed? So obviously this compulsorily is to be 0. That is why I took here x square plus x is equal to 0. Because it should be maximum 1. So 1 if it stays over here, so this must become 0. So x square plus x, and hence the result. Okay? So like these questions are also asked. Very fundamental, very small. Only thing is what? Ki your brain must work at that particular time. Okay? Let us deal with one more fundamental question. Slightly out of the way question. Log of mod cos x to the base mod sin x plus log of mod sin x to the base mod cos x is 2. You have to find what is mod tan x. Okay. The question of log, right? So it seems that it will shatter our brain, right? It will shatter our brain. Okay. So let us think on it very properly. Take a pause, think on it, and pause the video. I mean to say, pause the video, think on it, be ready with your answer, then start looking after 30 seconds. Hope you have a thought. So here how would I begin? I would change the base. That is, base I will make as e, that is log of sin x by the change of base ka rule, plus log of mod of sin x upon log of mod of cos x is to taking LCM, that is log of mod of cos x the whole square plus log of mod of sin x the whole square is equal to 2 times log of mod of sin x into log of mod of cos x, which becomes here log of mod of cos x the whole square plus log of mod of sin x the whole square minus 2 times log of mod of sin x into log of mod of cos x is equal to 0. So obviously if this is your a, this is your b, this is a square plus b square plus 2ab, which is nothing but minus 2ab, sorry. So here it is log of mod of cos x, agreed, minus log of mod of sin x, the whole square formula, which is equal to 0, implying every log of mod of cos x is equal to log of mod of sin x, right? Log of mod of cos x is equal to log of mod of sin x. By the rule of equality of log, you will get here cos mod of cos x is equal to mod of sin x, indicating 1 is equal to mod of tan x. That means value of mod of tan x is equal to 1. Wasn't it super simple? I hope many of you have thought. If not, try it next time very nicely. Let us continue further. Question reads, 3 cos theta plus 5 sin theta minus pi by 6 is greater than equal to a but less than equal to b. You have to find the value of a and b such that this inequality must hold true. That is, it must hold true or hold good. So here obviously I will be first thinking on what is going to happen to sin theta minus pi by 6, that is sin a minus b, that is equal to sin a cos b, that is cos pi by 6, minus cos a, that is cos theta, into sin theta, that is sin pi by 6. Okay, okay. So here we get this particular, and on solving we will get this. So we get this, that is root 3 by 2 sin theta minus half cos theta. When I multiply this by 5, that is 5 times of sin theta minus pi by 6. So I get 5 root 3 by 2 sin theta minus 5 by 2 cos theta. Proceeding further we will get, so the question becomes 3 cos theta added, so you get here 3 cos theta minus 5 by 2 cos theta, these two. So 3 2s are 6, 6 minus 5, that is 1 by 2, na? It is 1 by 2 cos theta plus 5 root 3 by 2 sin theta. Does it remind you of something? Yes, it is a cos theta plus b sin theta. The value of this will be greater than, that is half cos theta plus 5 root 3 by 2 sin theta. The value of this will be greater than equal to under root a square plus b square, that is minus under root a square plus b square, that is 1 by 4 plus 25 into 3, 75 by 4, 75 by 4, and same here 1 by 4 plus 75 by 4, that is, in short, it is minus under root 76 by 4 less than equal to, and this is also under root 76 by 4, which I think so will be 419, yes, 3 and 19, yes. So it is under root minus 19 greater than equal to this and less than root 19. So comparing with the question, if I want this question to hold true or good, the value of a must be minus under root 19 and value of b must be under root 19. You recollected the thing which I told you last session. Okay, so this I am applying over here, whatever I studied last time. Okay, now let us go to at least 1 or 2 questions and then we will stop. Now I need to find the maximum value of 12 sin theta minus 9 sin square theta. When you when you think about maximum and minimum, so immediately you recollect that maximum value is under root a square plus b square and minimum value is minus under root a square plus b square. Okay, but recollect the thing what I told you. I told you that it must be compulsory in the form of a sin theta plus b cos theta and vice versa. That means the angle must be same over here. Here the angle is same, but the degrees are different. That means either make the degrees same or think of something else. So why not to think of something else? I told you in such questions, then what to do is कि generally try to make whole square, because whole square is the quantity which is always greater than equal to 0. So what I am doing is step number 1, what I feel is I am taking minus sign common. I get 9 sin square theta minus 12 sin theta. I hope you agreed with this. So minus, this becomes 9 sin square theta, which is nothing but 3 ka square, agreed? So this is your minus 2 into 3 sin theta into 2, means this particular 2 is extra. So if I write here 4, so in short I have taken minus 4, minus sign being outside. That means I have to remove that 4 also. So which becomes here minus into bracket 3 sin theta minus 2 the whole square plus 4. Now for maximum value, I am writing here, for maximum the value of 3 sin theta minus 2 must be minimum. Then only I will get maximum value, na? Because this is, if this value is more, so already it is negative, so it will reduce the number. For this particular answer to be big, this value must be smallest. Must be smallest, that means 3 sin theta minus 2 must be equal to 0. Right? That is, that value must be equal to 0. That means I try by any way. Obviously this is going to become positive only, because it is whole square. So either it will be greater than equal to 0. So 3 sin theta minus 2 is always, the whole square is always greater than equal to 0. So if you select the minimum value to be 0, you will get the maximum value of the given expression to be. Therefore maximum value of the expression is nothing but 4. It will never cross 4. Okay? I hope you enjoyed today's session. Next session we will come up with something new, something special. You will enjoy that also. Till then, keep studying, work hard, work on fundamentals, try to take everything in your brain, solve maximum questions. Obviously you will improve your speed. Till the lockdown is there, stay home, stay safe. Goodbye and thank you.